You are valuable. You do have purpose. You are not what they said you were. Prosperity will find you. You are successful. You are beautiful. Your past does not define you. The moment you decide to look outside of yourself for value is the moment you give your rights away to be authentically you. Your value is not in what your mother thinks of you, what your father thinks of you, what your family and friends think of you. Your value is what you think of yourself. That is the secret to authentically loving and being you.
Welcome to Soul Food with Sadie. It's time to feed your soul, uplifting others through inspiration, motivation, and edifying the soul so we can be the best version of ourselves. Here's your host, Sadie Evans.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for listening to Soul Food with Sadie. I have a very special guest for season 2, all about mindset. I have the CEO of Just Commit Coaching. Her name is Jennifer Chapman. How are you, Jennifer? Tell us about who you are.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, Sadie. I am Jennifer Chapman, and I am from Indianapolis, and a mindset coach for other women out there that, gone through life-changing experiences or events and are trying to overcome the challenges that come with that, but also accept and embrace this new version of themselves and learn how to move forward, basically similar to what I went through 3 years ago. And I just know what a coach did for me at that point. So
Yes, I see that when I had read your bio that you had lost your mother at 11, I believe, and then at 34 you had some things happen. And when you got into this life coaching thing, it was like a epiphany. It was like everything kind of was falling together for you, and it really blessed your life. And you want to do that for others. Can you tell us exactly how you got to where you are today?
oh man, such a powerful question. Yeah, like you said, so when I turned 34, I had this epiphany that my mom had passed away at 34. And I always just knew I was age 11. So that was already tragic enough, obviously, as a young child to lose her mom so young and so abruptly. And then to turn 34, I just had this moment like, I still feel so young. I just have so much more I want to do and be. And then literally 9 months later, suffering a stroke at 34. And so I went through the physical rehab of that, and really struggled mentally and emotionally with accepting, this new version of myself, and didn't realize until I was working with a coach that I was grieving a part of me. Like I was grieving my mom. I was now grieving this old version of myself. So it was really working with my coach that I hired for probably 8 or 9 months to really allow everything to kind of come full circle and really define my purpose now in this life.
That is so good because a lot of times individuals never get to that place where they can define their purpose. And I don't know, I don't think in your bio you said how your mother passed, but was it from a stroke as well?
It wasn't. We had no family history of a stroke. She passed away, as crazy as it sounds. All I can describe it as is an allergic reaction to something that she ate, and her body did not handle that. And she ended up really just her throat swelling and never really coming back to. So it was very sudden. Within 24 hours of that happening, she was gone. So very traumatic.
Yes, very, very traumatic. And you found the purpose in that pain. Were there any limited beliefs that stood in your way when you became to build and just commit coaching? Or even when you decided to get into coaching yourself?
Oh yeah. I mean, all the limiting beliefs in some way, shape, or form have come up, right? I mean, they did, when I was playing in sports and an athlete growing up, and that just looking back now, realizing like how far back did my self-doubt go? It wasn't just now as becoming a new coach and having the doubt in my own abilities and capabilities of serving others, but really through this certification, it was going back to when did I first start to have this limiting belief? And it was shortly after my mom passed, to be honest. And I started playing sports and really put a lot of pressure and stress on myself to think that I needed to be the best. And I did that, ongoing through my career in sales before I now become a coach, and have still battled that. That's the biggest one for me, for sure.
So from what I hear you saying, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is a little bit of your limited beliefs came from fear. Because I mean, at 11 and your mother died from something so traumatic, I'm sure that set fear in. So that automatically our brains is trying to protect us, but it's really limiting us from becoming the best versions of ourselves. So I'm hearing that fear was kind of the root of your limited belief. Can you dive a little deeper in there for the listeners?
I mean, you're spot on with it. And just learning through the coaching, trainings and certification that I'm going through, what fear actually is meant to do for you, which, like you said, it was trying to protect me and keep me safe in some capacity, but a lot of people obviously just don't see it that way. And if you don't know how to overcome that, you can easily not only fall into it, but stay in the fear, and do not know how to step outside of that, step out of that, your comfort zone of life, literally, and start to get comfortable in the discomfort.
Yes, complacency. A lot of people stay in that place. Actually, for
Totally.
myself, I was there for a very long time. So I'm just looking at your background and I just keep seeing Just Commit Coaching. I really want to know, how did you come up with that name? Because that's so profound.
Thank you so much, Sadie. I appreciate that. I am proud of my name, and I get lots of compliments on my name. Obviously, JC are my initials, Jennifer Chapman, but not only that. So a new kind of therapy and healing that I found after my stroke was Pilates. And the studio that I go to here in town is called Just Breathe. And I love that because a lot of times in class, she will say to us, just hold, just pulse, just lift. And she makes it sound like so simple, like we're doing these movements and they're so simple, but they're so hard every single time, right? She makes our class very hard every single time for us to be able to feel the burn and feel what we're doing. And so with Just Commit, it sounds simple, like I'm asking you to just commit to a program with me, but it's so much more than that. I mean, you're committing to yourself and a new reprogramming of your limited beliefs and your mindset, and learn how to move forward, with your life. So I'm very proud of my name.
Yes, I love it. And as you was talking, I just kept hearing just commit. Transformation is sometimes painful. So if you could just commit to this program and watch it transform your life, although it's painful, it's going to be beauty in it as well.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Yeah. If there isn't pain within your transformation, it may not be big enough, right? Like you're going to feel it.
Yes, yes. I
Yeah.
want to think that any of these limited beliefs from your childhood and from, just life, did you think that they would hinder you from starting your business or even succeeding in coaching that you got on your own?
Great question. And I would say no, because I know that when they come up, I don't let it stay there. And I don't let those limiting beliefs control me, control my life. I just see so many people, and I can only speak to, people that I've connected with, but like stroke survivors, for example, they have let the stroke define them. Whereas for me, it's a defining moment in my life, but I will not let it define me. And unfortunately, so many stroke survivors, will say out loud, like, I want to go back to the way I used to be, the way things used to be, the old me. I want to go back. Well, until you realize that's not going to happen, you will continue to stay stuck and feel like locked in your own body, like in your own self, and will have no idea how to get out because you don't want it bad enough. And the key, I think, is you have to have the want and the will to want to change, and not let that fear or that self-doubt control your life.
Yes. So I'm hearing like victim mentality, like why me, and not what can I learn from this situation.
Girl, you nailed it. You nailed it. And
Yes.
I literally over these last few months, I've thought about, if I were to do a TED Talk, for example, what would it be? And it would be my topic would be to embrace a warrior mentality versus the victim mentality. Like, woe is me. Why me? Like, it's really hard to have compassion and sympathy for somebody that has that mentality. Why would you cheer somebody on when they don't cheer on themselves?
Exactly. Yes. It's almost impossible because it's like you draining all your energy to somebody that's not putting nothing back. Like I'm fighting for you, but you fighting
Right.
me. So it's
That's
like
right.
it's not gonna work. So what does mindset transformation mean to you?
Ooh, what does transformation mean to me?
Mindset transformation.
Mindset transformation. Mindset transformation is literally doing the work from the inside out, and not from the outside in, not letting any external factor control the way you perceive your outlook on life. And it can be, there's small, simple ways to transform your mind, but it's not easy because you have to continuously do these things, right? Every single day. I can tell you, well, you need to learn how to reframe your mind and really focus on the things that you can do versus what you can't do, and saying, I want to do this, not I can't do that. It's simple ways to look at what the self-talk. The most powerful conversation you can have is with yourself. So what are you saying to yourself each and every morning when you get out of bed?
Exactly. Exactly. People don't even understand the strength in that. And just being a stroke survivor as you are, like I'm sure you had to learn a lot of things over by just I don't know if you had to learn how to walk over, talk over. I'm not sure how deep it was, but I'm sure it wasn't just like easy peasy on that journey. And that alone, just shifting your mindset to say, I'm gonna do this regardless, and not saying I could just sit in this bed, collect disability and whatever, because a lot of times that's what people do. Can you give us
That's
a you had to shift your mindset in order to get to where you are today?
Oh yeah, every single day, it's mindset. I don't know if you believe that mindset is truly everything, but it's at least 90%. I mean, there may be some, some physical aspects to it, but and I think from a stroke survivor standpoint, you handle the physical part of recovery first. That's first and foremost, but then it's so much more about the mental and emotional aspect of recovery. And I would have to think that that's that way for most everybody that goes through life-changing experiences or events, whether it's, grief, trauma, abuse, cancer diagnosis, whatever that is. Are you letting those situations control you, or do you have the will inside of you to flip the switch and control what is happening? Because everything happens for a reason, for a purpose. And until you want to know what that is, yeah, you're going to stay in the victim mentality.
Absolutely. I definitely believe that everything that happens in our life is a process to get us to our purpose. I absolutely believe that. And I just want to thank you for doing the work. And when you said that the physical first, sometimes it takes the mind in order to get the physical to working. Because if I'm saying in my mind, no, I can't do this, physically, my body ain't even gonna have the strength to do it. But if I'm
Right.
telling my mind I can do this, I'm going to do this, it'll give me the strength. It'll trick your body into saying, let's get this done, you know? So
Spot on.
I'm just so thankful that you did the work to shift your mindset. I'm so thankful that you want to be the light and pour into other people. When you do coaching and deal with coaching, are there ways that you see individuals that are stuck mentally And if it is, how do you help them become unstuck?
Such a great question. Yes. I mean, so many of my clients that, have some type of limiting belief. And the interesting part is a lot of people are aware of what it is. Some people aren't even aware, right? It could be this subconscious belief happening. And it's then working with them to figure out what it actually is. And then, like I asked myself, when did I first start to realize that was a limiting belief? Because a lot of times these beliefs stem from literally our childhood, right? We've been programmed or conditioned from our parents in some capacity. And now we're realizing as adults, okay, this is no longer working for me. But the key is you have to understand, like you mentioned earlier, it's this ego part trying to serve us in some way, even though, okay, we know this way is not working for us anymore. It was trying to keep us safe potentially or protect us, but it's then meeting it with acceptance versus what I think most humans are conditioned to do, which is either fight it, resist it, numb it, keep it buried. If you continue to do that, you will continue to stay the same and wonder why you're still stuck, not going anywhere. So I think the key working with my clients is showing them to like meet it with acceptance, honor it, thank it for showing up, to then teach me that I now want to move into a different direction.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm a firm believer in what you hide and don't expose, it cannot grow. You have to expose it in order for it to grow. And if you want to be free from something, you have to expose it. Definitely believe in that.
So
Why do you,
true.
yes. Why do you think mindset is so important when you face obstacles?
Because you are the only person that's can hold yourself back. It doesn't matter if you've got the best supportive system in the world. I was blessed with the best going through my rehab and recovery, but ultimately it was up to me to have to get up and do the work every single day, especially on the days that I didn't want to, that you're extremely exhausted and fatigued and literally don't have the motivation to get out of bed. Those are the days you got to do it anyway.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I always say you must encourage yourself because you're never always going to have somebody there encouraging you or patting you on the back. It's integrity. You got to stand up and encourage yourself. Can you
That's
give
right.
us 3 ways that you shifted your mindset from these limited beliefs that you did have? Because I couldn't see them right now. If you would have told me I had fear before, I couldn't see that. So can you give us 3 ways that you shifted your mindset to get to the Jennifer that I'm seeing right now?
I love that question, Sadie. One has definitely been implementing like a gratitude journal, and really, and I don't even know if that's a cliche or just, oh, so many people are doing that, but when you intentionally are able to jot down 3 or 4 things that made you smile each day. Like I said, it's easy to do on the good days maybe, but on the bad day, if it's a bad day or a hard day or a tough day, can you still pinpoint 2 or 3 things, small things that made you just appreciate waking up for the day, right? And what can put a smile on your face? So I think that's definitely been something I've implemented ever since working with my coach, as well as positive affirmations. That's a huge mindset shift. When I
Yes.
have these written affirmations on my mirror that I can look at each day. And I've also, there's obviously several apps out there, but the I Am app, I love it because it texts me at the very moment that I maybe needed to hear something throughout the day that reminds me, like, that's right, I've got this, I've got everything I need, I have all the love that I need and deserve, and I am worthy, and I am who I am meant to be. I am meant to be in this very moment, and nowhere else. So it's things like that are so simple but yet so incredibly powerful, and if you can do those on a consistent basis, your mind will start to shift and believe it every day.
I truly believe that if you do 90 days, I created a 90-day journal and devotional, and I really believe that is what helped me shift my mindset. And it's all about gratitude and it's I am statements. I am huge on that because I believe if you can Be thankful that the sun is even shining on your side of the town and it's not raining
Yes.
outside. That seems small. Like it seems so small to say, I'm thankful that my all my limbs is working because we expect that. We expect all of our limbs to be working when we get up out of bed. So when we give gratitude for that, it just make you look at it at a whole different view. And then I
Yeah, it
am
shifts your perspective.
absolutely definitely changes your perspective. And then the I am. Thank you for even saying that. So Jennifer, what she did to shift her mindset is being grateful, being thankful, not taking things for granted because it's so easy to take things for granted. Very much
One,
so.
yeah, just like you said, like thank yourself for getting out of bed today. I mean, not everybody has that opportunity. So it is not too big or too small to acknowledge the fact that you have been able to get up another day and serve in some capacity, right?
Exactly. And even for you, I'm gonna just say this, like some people don't survive stroke. So you have a purpose and you're fulfilling your purpose. So you kick the stroke's butt. Let's just be honest. And other individuals that may survive it or someone that's listening to this, they might have breast cancer, or they survive whatever it is that tried to take them out. Jennifer is a perfect example of surviving it and just committing to her purpose and fulfilling her purpose. That's amazing. Someone is listening to this and they're going to be like, wow, I'm at this standstill in my life, but if she can do it, I know that I can do it. Is there a word of encouragement or some inspiration that you can give them to give them that get up and go so that they can transform their life?
Mm. Yeah, I just want to tell people that you were meant to be here for a purpose. And you're not meant to find it alone. Um, Ultimately, at the end of the day, you have to want it bad enough to find it. But that, everybody needs somebody. And even though like I said, I had the best support system in the world, it was still me knowing, okay, I no longer want to be in this space anymore. What can it look like to move forward in a different direction? And it was hiring the coach for me that I needed to. She didn't, yes, she helped me tremendously, but it was still her making those suggestions and kind of just forming that bridge, meeting me where I was, helping me move forward, but still me committing to the work. And I would just tell people, commit to you, for you. Like you are here for a reason. Like own it, know it, be proud of it. I mean, just you are meant to be this best version of yourself, but only you can find out what that can look like. So if anyone wants to know more about that, or is just has their interest peak, I would love to just have that complimentary call with them to kind of talk through that. And if I'm able to share my email, Jennifer at justcommitcoaching.com. I would love to hear from somebody that if hopefully I said something today that resonated with them and they want to learn more.
Absolutely. And I'm sure people will reach out. That's so amazing that you said that because a lot of people are scared to invest in themselves. And I believe that you have to invest in yourself and it has to be the right coach because I might can have a group of people, but I can't reach all of them, but maybe you can reach people in that group. So getting with the right person and really
Totally.
committing to transforming your life, not thinking that a coach, because a lot of people are afraid to hire a coach because they think a coach is trying to fix their life. No, a coach is just someone there to help you stay on the right path. I think a lot of people get coaching mixed up with a babysitter, no, or a therapist. They are
Mm-hmm.
totally different. And a coach is not going to fix your life. You have to fix your life. A
That's
coach
right.
gives you the tools for you to use those tools to fix your life, but only you can do it. So commit to wanting to transform, commit to wanting to shift your mind from a poverty mindset to a prosperity mindset, and just commit to investing in yourself so that you can become the very best version of yourself. So, Soul Food with Sadie is all about planting seeds. I believe that this platform is to plant seeds in other people's lives. And I believe that the guest that I have on here is to water those seeds. So, can you leave a seed with the people, a word of encouragement, even if it's just one word, something that will resonate with them to make them ponder on it so that they can grow?
Mm. Yeah, I think a huge thing that I've learned over this last year becoming certified was knowing that you're worthy without being tied to anything external to feel like that's what's going to make you feel worthy, right? Like this relationship, this job, this, this person, this thing, I'll be happy and I'll feel worthy when. And it's knowing your worth is inside of you. Have the will to want to tap into that and express it so that everyone can see that you are of value and you are meant to be here and you're worth it.
You're worth it. That was good all in itself. You're worth it. Someone listen to this and they're gonna be like, I want to get that complimentary call. I really want to know how I can become the very best version of myself. How can I reach Mrs. Chapman?
Yeah, please shoot me an email at jennifer@justcommitcoaching.com. I'm also on Instagram at justcommitcoaching. And I'm on LinkedIn. There's a lot of people out there that I've networked with, from a professional standpoint, that they're human beings just like all of us. And it's just an amazing platform where they've got their struggles too. So happy to connect on there as well, but shoot me an email if you're interested in a complimentary call and I'm happy to schedule that with you.
And all of her information will be in the show notes. I am most thankful that we went ahead and got this done. And I am very, very grateful that we can look at life with the glass half full instead of half empty, because you've been through a lot. I've been through a lot, but we didn't allow it to stop us. And I'm just so thankful that every guest I have on here have been individuals that have not allowed their mindset or this victim mentality to keep them stuck. So thank you, Jennifer, for being the light. Thank you for just being the CEO of Just Commit. That name is so profound. It's like just when you read it, it's just commit. Like, what are you waiting on? Why are you making excuses? Just commit. So thank you again for being a guest on Soul Food with Sadie. All of your information will be in the show notes. If you would like to connect with her, go to the show notes. Make sure you guys take advantage of the complimentary calls and just commit to bettering your life.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you would like to say to the audience before I end
just do not let any situation have control over you. You've got the power to have control over everything in your life if you want to. It's your choice.
Yes. Thank you so much for being a guest on Soul Food with Sadie.
I am thankful for health in my body, peace in my mind, ears to hear and eyes to see. I am thankful for hands to write, legs and feet to stand, and wisdom to understand the gems that were given unto me today. I am thankful that I can create a strategy that I can implement into my life. I am thankful I am divinely created for such a time as this. I will be thankful for the small things, because the small things are only preparing me for the bigger things that are coming into my life.